question is from Christian, is caffeinated. What has been each of your favorite live event so far? Are there more in the future, and where do you see them going?
Manhattan for sure.
Manhattan was your favorite.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down, I think Manhattan still, I think we hit our stride as far as I think we started to put together the formula in Manhattan of hanging out with the crowd or the people first. So we had at that event, we had Viore, and then we had where the actual Q&A was right next door. So we had the ability to kind of hang out and meet and greet and have a couple beers and stuff with all the people that would be watching the live event, and then we all walked next door. So that was the first time I think we had done that. We realized how much that kind of, it was funny. We talked all about when we first started doing these, about our own personal nerves or what that would be like, and we all felt pretty fine. But we noticed the audience had kind of nerves and weren't opening up and relaxing and asking whatever they wanted to ask. And we found that when we started to hang out with all of them first, and I probably let everybody feel that we're fucking just like we are on the podcast in real life, and we're normal ass fucking people, and we all hang out and bullshit. And then we go into the Q&A. It was just really loose. It was loose and fun, and we were
talking a lot of shit in the beginning too, which made fun.
It did, yeah. We were throwing zingers at each other, and it was very, very much so. I think comfortable and natural for us. We've had a few since then. I think they're all been great, and they're all special and unique in their own way. I also think too that for whatever reason, that crowd, the questions they brought were really good. So it's funny. Every time we do these, we get different questions, and it really sets the tone for what the event's like.
I've noticed that too. It's the audience that really determines where we go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the format, is like when you open it up for just any question, it is kind of like, It's interesting to think about, because most shows or most live things is pretty planned out. Like everything has its format, and like we're just like, okay, bring it. And sometimes it takes you in like a serious place. Sometimes it takes you in an emotional place.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like really funny and lighthearted. And I think that's what it is. It's just like they're all different, and they've been cool for different aspects of it. But I would probably agree with you on the Manhattan one.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think so. You guys like Manhattan because of our performance. You say that was
I think the overall energy of it for me was just kind of
because I even think the questions, to your point, Justin, I thought the Manhattan one, when if I recall, did a really good job of personal, a little business, a little fitness, a little like even very serious and emotional. Like I felt like we kind of hit everything. Where some of them have felt like we just did one with Mike, right? And it was very business heavy, right? Very, very, very business heavy. And that was kind of all that we went to. No emotion whatsoever. Then we had the one in San Francisco that was like super heavy. I cried.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or then we've had ones where people were asking like very technical, but personal trainer questions. So it's different every time.
I would say I would agree in terms of our performance. I would say we were our best at that event. My favorites, though, I have some selfish ones, reasons why I have different ones that are my favorites.
Because you look the most handsome.
Yeah, it was one I was beaming. I looked at the pictures and I was like, wow.
It's like a Hollywood person.
Yeah, this is great. No, that's not what it was. The San Francisco event was special to me because my family was there. It was the first I had, I think I had eight or nine family members that visited on that one. So these were my cousins. My brother was there. My ex-brother-in-law was there, and they got to see for the first time me in my element. They listened to the podcast, and they'd heard me talk about what we do, but they'd never been seen me in my element and seen all of us in our element. And it was really special because I would look to the back of the room and I could see my family there. And it just felt really good. Like, here they get to see what we've been doing for the last few years, and they get to see the impact, the positive impact that we're having on people. So it was just personally, it was a very special one. And then and you guys, I don't know if you guys saw this. I don't think you guys saw this in Denver. This one really impacted me tremendously.
Fun. Yeah, I like Denver.
Denver was fun. The people were great there. Great town, by the way. One of the best cities I've ever been to. Yeah. Short period of time I was there. I loved it. But at the end, what we do at these live events is at the end, they'll try and take pictures, and at the end, we'll talk to people and hang out with them. And this guy comes up to me, and he's this tall dude, muscular dude, and he's a trainer. And he goes, "Hey, do you mind if I ask you a personal question?" So I'm like, "Sure, I don't mind." A lot of people ask me personal questions. And he goes, "Where are you on your spiritual and religious journey?" So I'm like, "Oh shit, okay." So I'm very honest, and we have this big conversation. I have no idea who this guy is or what he does. And he goes, "Well, that's wonderful." And he goes, "Well, I'm a pastor." He goes, "Would you mind if I prayed? Would you mind if I prayed for you?" So I'm like, "Sure, you can pray for me." And I thought, he was going to go home and pray for me. No, man, right then and there, he put his hand around my shoulder,
tied you down.
Now I wouldn't consider myself religious. I like to explore these things. I'm very open-minded. I don't belong to any religious doctrine, but I do find, I don't care what religion he happened to be a Christian. I don't care what religion you are. If that's your belief and you feel compelled to open that up to me, who's someone who's openly said I'm not necessarily religious, that is a huge, I respect and value that. I don't care if he was Buddhist, he could have been Hindu, Muslim, doesn't matter. But he was Christian. He says, "Would you mind if I prayed for you?" I didn't expect him to do it right there. He puts his arm around me and does this like long prayer for me. And I was like, wow, man, this guy, he felt, we've impacted him so much that he felt like he could give back to me in his way, which was that. And so it just made me feel really good. And that kind of highlights.
We just got to baptize you now.
Yeah, I was baptized as a baby, dude.
Next.
Catholic, remember?
Oh, you were?
Yeah,
he's
safe.
He's safe.
All right. You're fireproof then.
Yeah, right.
We're good. We're good.
Right.
No, I really liked this, and I was nervous about this. I was really nervous about the private dinner that we decided to do. And what I was nervous about was, it was $600 a ticket to sit and have dinner with us. Now, what came with that was, they had
Adam gives you a back rub.
Yes,
We all,
I was afraid I was going to have to do that. You know what I'm saying, right?
Exactly. Depending on how it went.
No, you had the really nice dinner that we took care of for the people that were there. We then had the private podcast episode with Mike Matthews. So they got to sit in on that and actually ask questions for us and Mike. And then of course they got like a swag bag, a free program, a bunch of other things. But what I did not want to do was I wanted people, if they came to that, they spent that kind of money, I wanted them to leave and feel like, holy shit, I would have paid double for that. And I was nervous of that. I had no idea.
Yeah, so was I.
How that was going to play out. And that was really, really important to me that we over delivered on that. And it felt great because I got great messages from the people that actually went. Said, "Oh my God, I hope you do this again. I would definitely come again if we can do this again." So that made me feel good, and that was really cool.
Yeah, the awkward part for me during the dinner, because we all had a great time. They were great people, great stories, all very different. The awkward part for me is I felt so much gratitude to these people, because it's weird to me. Like you're gonna pay that much money to come hang out with us and ask me questions. Like I'm so gracious that you're supporting us in the way that you are. And when I feel a lot of gratitude towards people, I want to like hug you. I want to kiss you. I want to tell you how much I love you. So I'm like, how do I behave?
And they're like, dude, hey.
You know what I mean? I'm like, how do I act? So you guys saw me. I was walking around, put my hand on people's shoulders, talking.
Right.
But I want to let them know, like, man, we really appreciate you guys doing this. And I think at the end of the day, that's what the live events really bring us is that. After we're done with that, I feel like this renewed sense
it's a physical connection.
Yeah,
you're seeing
purpose. So.
Yeah,
And as far as where we see them going in the future, I'm not sure. Actually, it's ironic that this question was picked because we were having this discussion just a little while ago of, how often, what's the right amount of these that we do. And, last year I think we did 7 of them. I don't know if we'll do 7 this year or not. I definitely know we'll do at least 1 a quarter.
3 or 4 probably for a year is probably right.
And because I think that we do feel the value of them. I think we enjoy them selfishly. I think the people that show up and go to them, I think they enjoy them. It's just not it's as far as our time and the amount of time it takes to kind of plan them, to organize them. what we're doing all that day is centered around that. The staffing that it takes to do all that.
We do, in fairness, we need to make a trip out to the East Coast. We've done enough of these, and we haven't gone.
I think
Arnold's already being planned. You guys know
it'll be a great excuse to go, different regions and different places. That I really want to take you guys to Chicago, just because like I lived there for a long period of time, and it has some relevance for me. And it's like other places, like we can make our way out, like if we plan it out well, to other countries even at some point, like who knows. But it's not like a tour schedule of like like I'm on a band and I got to hit all these cities up, like I don't look at it like that.
No, well, we're for sure coming out this year to Arnold Classic. We will be out there that weekend. We'll be hosting it somewhere else, but nearby, for people that are already planning on going out there.
That's Ohio, yeah.
That's already in the works. And then I'm with you, Justin. I think we'll do less frequency of them and more unique places that we haven't been yet, so we can get to other parts of the country.
Yeah, meet other people we haven't seen before.
Yeah.